this is weird. Okay, yeah, it's actually. I'm doing it now. I don't have it set up with the. I have it with the R1, R2, and the L2,
Okay.
and I'm liking the feel of the haptic feedback on the DualSense controller.
All right.
Yeah, because I'm used to using the steering wheel and the pedals, so I'm not like yeah. The
Okay.
pedal on my G29 setup is Logitech is fairly intuitive, like on the accelerator as well. I really like that. So I was worrying that going to the controller, I was going to lose that. But this haptic feedback is nice. It's giving me a nice feeling. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and I do actually. I am pleasantly surprised.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think in VR you're not going to see the controller in front of you.
No.
You feel like a bit of a gimp when you're sitting in front of the
Oh,
TV with it.
oh,
Yeah. But
okay. There's the first problem there.
What's that?
I had my first problem there is that I automatically went to use the thumbstick to turn as I got to the corner.
Okay. In muscle memory, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll have to bait that out of you with a big stick. Right, where am I? Yeah.
It's weird. I'm not very accurate with it because my axis is off.
Yeah. I would imagine this is. I don't like it now on the flat screen.
Yeah.
But I would say in VR it'll be a different story because you're not going to, like, I'm holding up the controller in front of my face almost here, turning it, and it just feels a bit weird doing that. Like, I'd say not being able to see my hands on the controller in front of me will make a big difference. If you are to try it. So it's not really a good representation of what it's going to be like when you're using it in VR. But I love the haptics on the R1 on the L2 on the buttons. So you probably and I actually didn't work too badly. I thought it was going to be, when you turn the DualSense to the left and to the right, I thought my fingers were going to be hitting off the buttons.
The tilt isn't that big, right? What I'm noticing is I'm sitting here with my elbows to my kind of hips, and it's just sitting up in front of me like I would normally play. But when I'm turning, I'm not actually turning like a steering wheel. Like my whole arms are going all the way left and all the way right, kind of. Like on my hinge of my hips. But it feels natural when I'm just looking at it. If I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing on the steering wheel or on the joypad. And then it actually works quite well in those deep corners. Like it is pretty good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, it is. I mean, programming the controller to do this can't be easy. I mean, it's like on paper you think, oh yeah, it's easy. All you need to do is just program the controller to move left and right, But to hit a nice sweet spot where you don't have to like turn the controller upside down to turn the steering wheel or whatever, would be hard because on a steering wheel and pedal setup, you have to turn the steering wheel several revolutions at times. Like if you're coming in and out of a hairpin turn, you need to turn the steering wheel like around and around to go around the corner. So to hit the sweet spot on the DualSense where you're turning it as if it's a steering wheel, but don't need to turn it all the way around to turn the steering wheel all the way around, if you know what I mean. It can't have been easy to do that and to get it right, and I think they've hit the sweet spot because it does feel intuitive and right, but it's my only hang up so far is I feel like a gimp with this in front of my face, like while I'm driving. I feel like somebody who's looking at their mobile phone in traffic while they're driving or something. And in VR, that's not going to be the case. You're going to be looking at virtual hands on a virtual steering wheel, and you're going to feel like you're turning that,
Yeah, I think so because because even if the grips don't line up where you're holding, right? When you're turning this DualShock, the steering wheel is going to turn the appropriate amount for that car, regardless of because if you're saying if you're matching your wheel, you might have to do extra revolutions or whatever, So you might naturally, from turning that, you'll be watching your own steering wheel in a sense. And when you know it hits the sweet spots for the angles, and okay, this is a bit sharper, and you know what angle your wheel will have to be at to kind of get that angle. So I can imagine this being better in VR using this, like at least for immersion over the actual plane controls.
I think so. I think so. The only another thing though that might be a problem over long playing periods is holding your arms up. Because I've got my arms out now as if it's a steering wheel in front of me, so it'd be like, I'm not resting any of my arms anywhere.
Okay.
They're like being held up by my shoulders.
Oh no, you need to drop your elbows down to your waist, like
So.
This is what I'm saying.
I'm doing that naturally because I'm used to a steering wheel, and I have my steering wheel to rest my hands on. So.
Oh well, that's not so bad.
So no, what I mean is like I don't have that with the sense controller, but like I'm holding it as if I'm holding my steering wheel, and that's probably not a good idea because over a long period of time your arms are going to get knackered, like
100%. No, you're going to be doing like races, relays, lap times. It's gonna be tiring, So like even if you've got like massive guns like I do, you're not gonna want to be holding your hands out doing the Arnold Schwarzenegger pose. Fucking, what you're gonna want to do is get those elbows tucked in, and that's what I was saying about the rotational. Is like naturally when you have your elbows in a locked position, your wrist can only turn so much before your elbows move forward. So when you do that,
I suppose you need to be careful anyway that your big guns don't get in front of your big head. Like when
I'm trying not to crush the joypad as I speak, because I like to get proper grip on the steering wheel. I'm afraid to crush it. What would I use for GP7 if this DualShock goes? I don't know. I won't be kissing my guns down anyway. Don't mind. I didn't mean that, boys. Boys. Don't mind them.
Definitely, and I think that's what I was just saying earlier about the DualSense controller. I was a little bit worried that you wouldn't be able to do anything like that with this, but playing with it now, that haptic feedback you get from these, they're lovely controllers. These is really good. It works really well. Definitely.
So do you feel that you'd be quicker with your steering setup though?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And do you think no matter what you're going to be quicker with you're going to be quicker with that as a person no matter what?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Because like I said, you're getting the feedback from several different places. You're getting it back from the motor and the steering wheel. When you're turning the corner, you're getting the resistance. You can feel kind of, right, it's tugging now. It's tugging. I need to, and you have like. Tiny little millimeter adjustments that you make like really nicely, or if you need to like turn a corner and swing the wheel around really sharply but without losing control, it feels nice, and then like I say, the pedals, they give you like so much control, especially if you're because I suppose it's probably a lot to do with the fact that I have the muscle memory from wheel. And I think that's what I was just saying earlier about the DualSense controller. I was a little bit worried that you wouldn't be able to do anything like that with this, but playing with it now, that haptic feedback you get from these, they're lovely controllers. These is really good. It works really well. Definitely.
So do you feel that you'd be quicker with your steering setup though?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And do you think no matter what you're going to be quicker with you're going to be quicker with that as a person no matter what?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Because like I said, you're getting the feedback from several different places. You're getting it back from the motor and the steering wheel. When you're turning the corner, you're getting the resistance. You can feel kind of, right, it's tugging now. It's tugging. I need to, and you have like. Tiny little millimeter adjustments that you make like really nicely, or if you need to like turn a corner and swing the wheel around really. Like say, like if immersion wise, the only thing is on a flat screen, maybe not, because, like I say, it feels a bit stupid having your controller up in front of your face, like I can see it, it's distracting me.
Okay.
But it's not that much. I mean, it's doable. It's enjoyable, but that aspect of it is distracting me a little bit. But in VR, you're not going to see it. You're going to see your hands in the virtual hands on the virtual wheel, and I think it would be really good in that,
Yeah, I'm definitely willing to give it a try now. I mean, there is an issue with, like, when you compare the Dualshock, be it using the rotational or by itself, and you're not using the adaptive triggers on the L2 or R2 for your accelerate. I mean, you only have a button press then with no tension. It's basically either on or off the accelerator. So I'm noticing that I'm tapping the button sometimes. Like I'm tapping it to manage the power.
Yeah, I would say use the R1, definitely. Yeah, I didn't think of that earlier on when I was saying to you about, that it might throw you off, like turning the joypad to the side might make you press the button without involuntarily. But I don't think that would be a problem, because I'm after using it like that with that setup now. I forgot to change it, and it felt nice. And the thing that felt really nice about it, like I say, is the adaptive triggers, the haptics on them. It really makes a difference on being able to judge the acceleration.
Okay, so you're saying swap out that X button that I'm using in box and make with two toggles my accelerate and brake, right?
Yeah, make your brake your L2.
Yep.
And make your accelerator R2.
Yes. Okay. Excellent.
And because you do get the feel of like I do with my pedal. You can ease off and you can put it back on and you can judge it nicely. You can't do that with an X button. I mean, there is a little bit of a pressure sensor thing on the X button, but it's nowhere near as intuitive or as finely tuned as the R2 button.
Yeah.
So I definitely.
Anyway, look, that's great. So look, that's great. It means that people, like, I'm going to now try, first of all, adapting using the L stick and my triggers as the accelerator and brake, and then I'm going to try then adjusting to the steering wheel, the rotational, and then those triggers. And I'm going to give it a try over the next day or two when I'm playing Gran Turismo 7s on the flat screen, just to make sure it's valid, that I think, this is the way I'm going to try play it for the first time when this comes out in VR, and build up that little bit of muscle memory so I'm not crashing all over the place. So that's good news. I mean, that means that rotational is a viable option as a steering wheel in GT7 VR when it comes out on the 22nd next week. Anything else to add before signing?
Baby steps. If you're playing with your Dualshock, just seeing what it's like to steer like that first and see if you get into it, and then after that, if you're really enjoying it, you might want to invest in something. See how you go from there.
Absolutely, 100%. What I would say is that I'm going around the track here and I could see that, like, as I was trying to pass by people and stuff, it is not very good to smoothly kind of do it. It's going to take a bit of practice to get used to the rotational controls, but I'm going to give it a try. And the good news is that it actually is pretty accurate. I mean, it did a pretty good job of making this work. But I'm sure there might be settings in the settings to tweak it even a bit further, sensitivity and stuff like that.
Because I think I noticed when I was playing it that you can, when you turn it to the side, what happens is it turns like gradually, like just a little bit when you tilt the controller to the left or to the right, it moves the steering wheel gradually. And if you move it to, once you pass a certain angle with the motion controller, then the steering wheel continues to turn continues to do revolutions. So and then when so there's a spot there where
it's like having your button pressed fully down.
Exactly. So and that's they've hit that sweet spot. They've got it just nice, I think, where and you can probably, like you say, adjust it even more so that it'll be less sensitive or more sensitive depending on what way you like it, how you like the feedback from it.
Nice.
Yeah, so.
Well, look, I suggest everyone try it out themselves. You saw the settings in the video at the start. Go in and check it out. It is actually quite good. I can see it working better in VR when you're not having to worry about so much about your looking at your hands and all that muscle memory that you've built up from getting your licenses and stuff. So it's good to know that it is a viable option. I'm glad I tried it. I'm definitely going to give it a shot. It would be ideally my preferred method over just using the left stick. I find the left stick sometimes. I don't know, maybe in the mid part of swings of it, it's not as sensitive or something as well. Maybe it's a similar thing like the yaw on this this way of doing it. But I do find that there's a little spot there as well, somewhere that's a bit sharper or something. And I'm not always the best at finding it, So definitely, it feels more natural to swing your arms around like that. And as I said, this feels like the Dualshock feels like a little sports car, like a Formula One kind of. A steering wheel, with the buttons for the gears and all that stuff,
Yeah.
So
add to that the headset and not being able to actually see what you're holding. You'll
soon forget.
You'll forget. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to trying that on PSVR 2 on the 22nd. Thanks very much for joining me, Alan. We're going to be releasing some firewall videos soon, so check them out, people, and please give us a like and a follow. Thanks for that, Alan.
Doing a lot of VR stuff, especially PSVR 2 when it comes out. So stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll be streaming GTA and Firewall Ultra as well. So all that usual garbage, and see you on the next one.
Catch you later, man.